Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Trading with Ashley channel. Wow, we have a lot going on right now. We are already starting to see activity in the overnight markets, and I promise you, this is going to shape up to be one of the most volatile trading weeks that we've seen this year. It may be one of the most volatile weeks we see all year because there's so much going on. Let's talk about it. What do we have happening right now? Well, we already see some nervousness in the overnight markets right now. Some of the favorite stocks are already pulling back in overnight trading. We do have that dynamic going on with NVIDIA, where we have the China company, DeepSeek, but all of this is just now coming out. So there's a lot that remains to be tested. I personally am not worried. NVIDIA is an incredible company. America's economy is the strongest in the world, and they always find a way to outperform and survive. So I look at it as an opportunity to get a great company at a lower price if it does have a sustained pullback tomorrow. But I want you to be prepared. There's a lot that can move the markets this week. And if you're prepared, you feel more in control and you're less nervous. And that's a big part of being a trader. It's being able to control your emotions, be able to make rational decisions in times of crazy volatility. What is high volatility? High volatility is when you see wild price swings up and down, and then the VIX will always go up in moments of high volatility. Now, that could create a great opportunity for option sellers if you know what you're doing. So, I am going to share with you one way that I take advantage of a high volatility environment when I'm selling options so that you can prepare yourself. And there's also other things that you can do. Let's talk about some of the things you can do to prepare for this week. For one, you can always set a trailing stop loss. Now, I've spoken to you about a trailing stop loss before and how it works. One thing you want to consider, though, if we have wild price movements down, we could have just as violent price swings up. And so you may want to consider not setting a trailing stop on 100% of your positions. Maybe you just put it on 50% of your positions. Or if you put on, let's say, a 5% trailing stop loss on some of your stocks that are in really significant profit, maybe on the second half, you put a 12% trailing stop loss so that you won't get what we call stopped out and the stock recovers so quickly that you don't have a chance to get back in at the level that you were said goodbye to your stocks at. So that's one thing to consider. You can also set a buy order that is about 10% below the order that you had your trailing stop. That way, you know for sure that if you stop out of the trade and it keeps going down, that you'll pick up the trade at a lower level than you let it go. So that's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do is you can set a buy order, a limit order, and you can set it at extremely low prices because when the market pulls back dramatically, sometimes you get those bargain basement prices, and you would be shocked at how quickly you can see your portfolio rebound if you were able to grab stocks on dirt cheap prices because of high volatility. The last thing that I'm going to go over with you, I'm going to take you into the computer for because it's showing you how volatility affects the option pricing and how you can use that information and use the technical analysis to actually select great prices for your sold puts so that if they're hit, you're at least being compensated handsomely for it and you're going further out. So we'll go talk about all that. But let's talk about what's going to move the markets this week because we have earnings going on. And the earnings coupled with the economic calendar are just fueling the markets for high movement in stocks. Let's go through it. Now, when we look at the earnings, before the market, we have SoFi and AT&T Monday morning. Then after close, we have Nucor. Tuesday, we have Boeing, GM, Royal Caribbean, and RTX. We also have JetBlue and Synchrony. Now, after close on Tuesday, we have Starbucks and Lending Club. Now, Lending Club will be important for the fintech space. We also have Logitech. That's one to watch. Then on Wednesday, before the bell, we have ASML and Progressive, T-Mobile, and ADP, along with General Dynamics. But we're all the fireworks are concentrated, it's going to be Wednesday after close. We have some heavy hitters. We have Tesla, Meta, Microsoft, and IBM. So you're really going to want to watch that Wednesday after close. I would clear my calendar so that you can watch the action as it unfolds. Then Thursday, we continue the fun. Before the bell, we have UPS, MasterCard, Southwest, and Caterpillar. And then Thursday after close, you have some more heavy hitters. You have Apple, Intel, and Visa. And then we close out Friday before the bell. You have Exxon Mobil. So those are some important ones. You also have Phillips 66. That's one to keep your eye on. But in addition to that, we have some economic data that's going to move the calendar. So Monday morning, we have new home sales. That's always something to watch. But then Tuesday, we have durable goods and core durable goods. Then we also have consumer confidence on Tuesday. That will show you a lot when we get the consumer confidence read. Wednesday is again where all the fireworks will be. We have the federal funds rate decision, we have the FOMC statement, and the press conference. All of those environments will move the market. Sometimes there's algos that they're set based on keywords to trade dramatically based on keywords, and then it overcorrects when a human comes in and evaluates everything. So just get ready for some excitement on Wednesday. Thursday, we continue the fun with unemployment claims. And then Friday, we have core PCE and employment cost index. So this week promises to give you a lot to consider. I would try to minimize your distractions this week and just be ready to be laser focused so that you can take advantage of all of this price movement, both up and down. Now let's go into the computer. I'm going to show you how to evaluate a stock. We're going to use NVIDIA as our example and how you can actually take advantage of this high volatility environment. Let's look at NVIDIA and let's assume we want bargain basement prices on NVIDIA and we are preparing for a significant drawdown. We were already seeing all of the major stocks pull down this evening already in preparation for a volatile week. So what you want to do to protect yourself, you want to look at a larger time frame. I'm looking at the 6-month chart, and that helps you with these Bollinger Bands, give you a clear indication of how low a stock will potentially go. But if we are going to get a flash crash down, then I am going to want to go well below the band for my strike price. Do you see right here, this 200-day moving average? This serves as a very strong level of support for a stock. So I will more than likely look to sell a put at a very low strike price, under 121, which is the 200-day moving average. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, great. You're really safe, Ashley, but you're not going to get any premium for that. But that's where the volatility comes in. On spiked volatility, you can really get some incredible premiums on really low strike prices, especially if you push further out in time. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I am on the option chart for NVIDIA, and I'm not interested in this Friday. That's just too short of a time for the stock to bounce back up. And plus, we have so many other things that are going to play out this week. We need time on our side. So I am going to actually push further out. Let's go till June. Now, don't worry, your money is not going to be tied up till June because we are going to get out of this trade once things settle down. But what you want to do, you want to go ahead and come down to the strike price you're interested in. I had looked at 120. That was a good starting point for me. And look, I mean, you thought maybe you weren't going to get a lot, but let's look at this. This is paying before the volatility has spiked. This is already paying $6.36 a share. So we're looking at the $120 strike, which is below the 200 moving average, and we could get $636 for that. So with that being the case, and the fact that we're at a 0.2 delta, meaning that there is about a 21% chance that it could settle in here in June, we might even be safer and go lower. Let's go down to something that would be really safe, and let's go down to like 110. That's currently sitting at a 0.14 delta. We're still looking at $393 for the 110 strike. But here's where the fun comes in. So let me show you on an option calculator what happens to this 393 that we're looking at on spiked volatility if NVIDIA drops fast tomorrow. Here we are on an options calculator, and I am looking at June the 20th. This is NVIDIA, and this is the 110 strike. Currently, we can expect about $3.95 for this strike price that we're looking at. Now, we would need the collateral in our account to put up the trade. And for that, since we are looking at the 110 strike, we're going to need $11,000 in cash to be able to put this trade on. But look what happens. Currently, the implied volatility is at 49%, but if we have a big event, this could more than double. Let's say it goes up and drops down. So if it goes up to, say, 95%, and the price of NVIDIA drops down, now let's look at what we can get for this same strike price. Now, this gives you a little bit of clue right here. You see, if we were to receive $3.95 and volatility spikes, then that same exact strike price would show us losing $2,066. Well, why is that? Well, we only got $3.95 for it. So if we wait until the high volatility event hits, then that would yield us more than likely about $1,600 in premium instead of the $3.95. And then once things settle down and volatility decreases and things go back to normal, then our sold put will become a lot more profitable just because the volatility has been taken out of the equation. And so by going further out in time, you insulate yourself from significant drawdowns that stay down, because more than likely, if we go below the 200-day moving average, that's when buyers would step in. And you've got all this time between now and June to watch this play out. So one way you might want to manage this, if you were to take this trade once volatility spikes, then you would put on the trade at that low level, let's say the 110 strike price, and then what you would do is once it hits about a 50% return, you would then buy it back. That would free up the capital that's being used to hold the trade, and then you can move on to other trades. But this is how having cash at hand ready to strike in situations like this can benefit you, because you can see a real quick return. Now, let's talk about the risk. The risk is that if we are entering in a long bear market cycle and then NVIDIA does get down that low, you get assigned the shares and then you're stuck holding NVIDIA shares at 110, and it continues to tumble from there for a period of the next 5 to 6 months. That would be the worst case scenario. But you need to keep in mind, we have a very business-friendly administration in the White House, and they measure themselves based on the stock market and, quite frankly, how our Mag 7 companies are performing. And so that is very unlikely that we would see a sustained drawdown on a company like NVIDIA. But those are the things to consider. You have to have a little bit of a risk appetite to be able to take advantage of moments like this. But if all that makes you too nervous, you can always just keep your money parked in cash for now and then start nibbling away once you see the market starting to correct and pull back up. That way you won't catch the bottom, of course, but you'll at least be able to enjoy the rebound up as well. I hope you found that helpful and you feel more prepared for the week ahead. Remember, if you're with me, Trading with Ashley, there's no trader left behind. And if you were in my Discord this week, get ready. We have a lot that will happen, and I'll be right there with you to help you through it. Now, if you want to watch how to trade a market pullback, I did a video specifically for that. You can watch that right here.